Take your everyday typical diesel truck, put a gorgeous paint job on it, highly modify that diesel engine, put it on a dyno, tweak it out, and you've got a monster. Stay tuned.
Diesel truck owners from all of the Midwest have come to Terre Haute, Indiana and the action track for this, the 10th annual Scheid Diesel Extravaganza. Hi everybody, I'm Doc Riley and welcome to a part of the Midwest that is diesel truck hungry. You could bring your diesel truck here this weekend and take it down the quarter mile. You could take your diesel truck and put it over in the show and shine. You can take your diesel truck and put it on a dyno jet, or you can take your diesel truck and go right here on the front straightaway of the action track and do a little diesel truck pulling. Scheid Diesel has put together a World Series of diesel truck pulling. And I mean, we're going to see 4 classes from street legal diesels all the way up to the pro street diesels. It's all happening here in the next half hour of O'Reilly Auto Parts Motor Mania. Now let's meet the rest of our broadcast crew. Let's go to the booth and Mr. Ted Jones.
All right, thank you very much, Doc Riley. Joining me in the booth right now, Rick Carlson, our expert analyst, as we take a look at our first puller. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Dan Shawhan and the Rolling Thunder.
These are the Pro Street Diesel trucks, 8,000-pound maximum. Their stock appearing. We'll tell you more as we go through the pulls.
Shawhan, the favorite out of Hillsboro, Ohio, with that 1999 Dodge, with, of course, that Cummins 6-cylinder diesel. Look at that plume of diesel smoke coming out as he stalls her out at 269 feet.
That will be the mark to beat. They know what they need to do. The track looks a little muddy today.
Now, just like in tractor pulling, they decide exactly where they want the sled. That's the thing you see right now backing up, where they want that put on the track. Wesley Kuselik will be our next puller with the GMC.
GMC and that Duramax diesel, the smoke is not black, it's a little lighter smoke. Can he get by that 269-foot number? He sure can.
So a Duramax diesel will take the lead at 293 feet. Now, Kevin Forth is up next as he backs up to hook to the sled. Let's check in with Doc Riley down at the finish line.
Wesley, tell me a little bit about the track.
Oh, the track is grabbing really good. It's not too wet. Earlier today, we had a lot of rain last night, and it was way too wet. But they worked it up in between classes, and it's running really good, grabbing really good.
Well, there you heard from Wesley. Let's take a look now at the Weekend Warrior.
You can hear him spooling up that diesel. There's the smoke, and he is rolling. Look at that Warrior. He's going straight down the center of the course. Now a little bit of driving. It looks like an outstanding pull.
The Dodge with the Cummins diesel sets the mark to beat 310.95 feet. That's incredible. Look at it one more time, Rick.
You can see the smoke coming out, and look at it. You have all 4 tires digging in. The front end, he's steering just a little bit. You see that moving, but he's staying in the center of the course, aimed straight down there, no wavering. It is an outstanding pull. I don't know if anybody can do better than that.
Those tires didn't slip at all. You didn't see a rooster tail coming from them until the very end. Look at the front tires dig in and the mud coming up. What a pull. Next up will be Ben Hayen, the Black Widow from Illinois. This is a Ford F-250. First Ford we've seen here today, Rick.
That's it, one of the Power Stroke diesels. Something unique this weekend. It's a floating finish line. Whoever goes the farthest is the winner. We're not going to have any pull-off this time. They need to do it right, and this Ford looks strong. Look at him on top of the dirt, just kicking up a little when the weight comes up. Great pull. Look at that, a new leader, 312-plus feet.
Well, it seems like Ford's going to show the Dodge and the Duramax diesel both the way home right now as we look at the replay on the Black Widow's pull.
Remember, these are Pro Street diesels, 1 turbo, 3.5-inch intake. Will give you more, but he stayed on top of the dirt. That's what it took.
Well, you take the lead with that hook right there, and nice pass. Seems like the track's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it ain't too bad considering all the rain we've had. Last night was a mess. So.
What about coming off the line?
It's a little rough coming off the line. There's pretty good washboards in there, and I was worried about it bouncing, but it's a good hook. So.
Would it be a better hook, do you think, if you went earlier or later in the class?
Don't know. We'll wait and see, I guess.
Right now, it doesn't matter. You're leading the class.
Yep, thank you.
Well, the Ford with the Power Stroke is our current leader. Here comes another Dodge Terry Copus out of Elwood, Indiana. with that big Cummins diesel. Let's see if he can take the lead back.
We watch the smoke. In this category, they can run biodiesel or soy diesel, and is this good enough to go? Well, 300 feet plus, good run, but not enough to take over the lead.
No, and like you pointed out earlier, we do have a floating finish line here. Faith Miller with the 96 Dodge from Yadkinville, North Carolina.
Is the lady puller going to be able to take over the lead? And this is her very first pull. She looks strong. Not enough, but outstanding pull for the lady.
Boy, especially for a beginner at 303 feet. Doc Riley, go down and talk to that rookie.
Great, awesome.
Hey, first time with this truck, 4th place right now. Just your thoughts on that pole?
That's amazing. It's amazing, the power this truck has.
What's fun about it?
It's really just a family thing with us. That's what makes it fun.
Why come all the way from North Carolina to Indiana?
Dan Scheid is a wonderful man. He puts on a good show. He works on all of our trucks, and I mean, he's just great. I'd do anything in the world for him.
The Scheid Diesel Extravaganza is brought to you by Scheid Diesel. Before you decide, try Scheid. And by United Specialties, home of the trendsetter. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, home of the professional parts people.
We'll take a break. When we return, the custom trucks and more of those hot smokers. Stay with us, please. Motor Mania this week, covering the 10th annual Scheid Diesel Extravaganza from Terre Haute, Indiana. And right now, we're going to take a look at some of the most beautiful trucks in the world. This is the show and shine competition. These guys get into it just like the car guys do, Rick.
Diesels for years were work trucks. You didn't make them pretty. Well, that changes when you take a look at some of these machines. They're gorgeous, they're lifted, they're lowered. Big tires, all types of chrome, all types of lights, even the Tribute. Gorgeous machines.
Boy, what beautiful artwork. All a part of the Diesel Extravaganza put on by the people at Scheid Diesel. Let's get back to the action now with the Pro Streets. Coming up next, Dan Musselman in a 96 Dodge out of Logansport, Indiana.
It seems smooth at the start. Look at him hugging that right side line. I don't know if he decided if it's going to work better or not. I don't think it was what he wanted.
Now 305 feet. Did you notice he used 2 diesel exhaust pipes instead of the one huge one like most of the guys? I don't know if there's something to that or not. Let's take a look at Dan Painter right here out of Illinois, the dirt slinging Ram.
He is back to just a single exhaust, and it's unique because the Cummins turbo diesel is an inline 6-cylinder. Very seldom do you see it split. Good wheel speed, good run, but it bounces a lot at the finish.
311 feet. Oh my gosh, the leader's at 312. How close can you get? There's a good shot of that diesel exhaust. This one right up through the hood. That's a different way to do it.
I think they decided, let's get that exhaust out any way we can. Bill Hay and that lethal injection machine, spooling the turbo. Now he's getting under the power. I don't notice that washboard as much at the starting line as we heard some of the other competitors talk about.
You notice, too, the weights on the front end of these, trying to keep that front end down, keep both those front tires pulling their fair share of the load. Bill will end up at 299 feet. Now, David Justison, the Dodge out of Hillsboro, Illinois, will have a shot. Remember, the leader, 312 feet. Here's a good shot of what they call the hook. Literally, they hook to the sled.
Well, he is hooked to the sled. Now, if he can hook to that pulling course, he would be a happy camper. Dark smoke, it looks like a good run again. Most of these pullers staying over to the right-hand side of the course.
By the way, at 305 feet for David, if you're wondering how they measure this so quickly, they do it with a laser beam. This is modern technology. We don't go out there with a tape measure anymore like we did about 10 years ago.
Next up, Rod Tarr, Power Strokeless, the F350. Now, this is a gorgeous machine. Look at those weights. He has them on the left side of the front end, and he has his fuel tank on the right side.
Well, he's using the fuel, obviously, for weight, but as he burns it off, you're going to have less weight there. But he's allowing for that because of the torque of the truck. My guess is 306 feet for that Ford, and the hubcap came off.
I would want to stay out of the way if I was a flag man at the finish line.
Here's our next puller, another Dodge, obviously the most popular truck, the favorite truck of the pullers, has to be the Dodge. This is the Silver Bullet. Gorgeous paint job.
Good-looking truck. Again, dual exhaust, which we haven't seen much of. This puller looks hooked up. Rob is doing a good job. It looks close.
And again, he went for the split manifold with the twin exhaust there. There's your new leader, 313 feet. Incredible. Maybe the twin exhaust, the split manifold, and the six-cylinder is the way to do it, Rick.
Now it's Brad Ingram as he pulls in, gets ready to back up to that sled. Let's take a look at a replay of Rob Rannick's leading run.
Yeah, he's going to show us the proper way to do it right here. Watch him come off the line. Actually pulled just a little bit off center right there. But look at those twin diesel stacks really putting that exhaust out.
As soon as he was on top of the tires, he straightened out that dog tracking. It looks good. He's staring at the top end and good enough to pull into that number one spot.
But only by 1 foot. Boy, it is called the sport of inches, ladies and gentlemen. So Brad Ingram definitely has the gauntlet laid down. He's the last puller in the Pro Street category. Can he beat 313 feet with that big Dodge?
Look at the side. He's sponsored by Scheid Diesel. He has the equipment. He has the smoke. He has a single exhaust outlet, and he is just pulling it out of the stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad's going to pull all the way to Chicago, Illinois if they don't stop him. 320.06 feet. Let's look at that one again.
This is exactly the way to do it. It starts to slide a little bit at the start, but he steers it. He pulls it into the spot he wants, and it is smooth. He doesn't have to steer much to the top end. That's how you win.
Hey, congratulations. A nice hook right there. Nice pass. Your thoughts on that trip down the pulling strip?
They really got a good track here for us. Got a great crowd cheering us on. We couldn't ask for anything better.
It really is a great event. Lots of people. The guys at Scheid are really working hard behind the scenes.
Yes, they are. We need to thank them all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's take a look right now at all the final results from that Pro Street category. Brad Ingram, of course, in first place, all the way down through 7th. Rod Tarr at 306 feet. We'll take a break. When we come back, the diesel super stocks. You'll like them. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Motor Mania. This week coming to you from the 10th annual Scheid Diesel Extravaganza taking place at the Wabash Valley Fairgrounds in Terre Haute, Indiana. They call it the Terre Haute Action Track. And right now, we're taking a look at some of the displays about diesel engines and the most important thing on the property, the dynamometer, Rick.
The chassis dyno that they have unique. It's very wide, so you can put those big dualies on there. You can see as they make a test pull right now, they record the results. And here they're lucky enough to have the folks from Scheid Diesel there. You can put it on the dyno, test everything, tune it, add some parts, and then put it back on there. Scheid experts help them with that. This, I don't see how they could do it any other way but this. It's exactly what they need.
You establish a baseline of what the basic horsepower is. Then you make your modification right here. You compare the two printouts and graphs coming off of the computer that's hooked to the chassis dyno. Now we're adding weight. You know why? The big boys are coming out. The super stock 8,000-pound trucks. Look at the size of those tires. And Rick, those are cut tires.
They sure are. Maximum of 460 cubic inches. 2 pressure stage on the turbo, number 2 diesel, 26-inch hitch height. When we talk about weight, we say 8,000 pounds. It's not like other forms of motorsports. This is a maximum weight. Everybody else looks for minimums.
And you can see the weight on the front end of Roger Straley's truck right there, the Razor's Edge, he calls it.
And that Dodge blowing lots of smoke, and he's staying on top of the dirt. Now it's digging in. There's our current leader.
299 feet. Now you can bet somebody will go over 300, which is considered a full pull. But remember, a floating finish line. There's a good shot of that 26-inch high hitch right there. Why did they put a limit on that? Well, you see, if you lower the hitch, you actually can pull a little bit better. So the height is set, the weight is set to make everything fair and equal.
And here is Terry Martin, Radical Ram out of West Union, Ohio, on the back of that tailgate. 215 horsepower by Dodge, plus 1,250 by Scheid. And that Martin Farms machine pulled it all the way out. Look at that number, Ted.
Listen to the crowd. They appreciate the effort put forth by Terry Martin. Let's take one more look at the Martin Farms sponsored entry.
He starts out by throwing a lot of dirt. He's having to steer, and it moves over to that sideline, but he straightens it up. Now he's on his way down the course. You can see it throwing that dirt. It's hooked up, and he is flying.
Remember, as long as the tire does not cross that out-of-bounds marker, he's still in bounds, and he can play all the way down the course. Great pull, 342.03 feet for Terry Martin.
Well, the old Radical Ram puts it on him, 342 feet and some change. Nice pass.
Oh, it felt great. It was a good track, man. It felt real good.
You know, you got to really tip it to those track guys, as wet as it's been, and be able to put it together, and everyone says it's just about awesome. Just your thoughts coming out of the hole in just that run.
It was really good. It was a lot better than could be expected. I sat in the mud up here for 2 hours last night. I just don't know how they got it in that good a shape. It was really good.
You think that mark will hold?
I hope so. I don't know. It was good, but it could get better. Could get better.
Boy, I don't know. Wow, I'm very impressed, 342 feet. Remember, they increased the weight. Ben Miller, here's your chance, buddy.
Another one of those Fords, this F-250 from Freetown, Indiana. It looks good, but I don't think anybody can hit that 342 mark.
No, sir. The Blue Oval will settle for 320.07 feet. Now, Kurt Haisley will be up with Off Constantly, 1995 Dodge out of Jonesboro, Indiana.
And we looked at the side shot, we could see those great big long traction bars trying to make the chassis work to get over 300 feet. Let's see how far he goes.
Well, the big Cummins diesel will finally stall off right there at 320 feet, but the crowd still gives him a roaring applause reaction. Doc Riley's at the finish line. We'll watch Kent Crowder hook up. Here comes the big hook. Then we'll go down to Doc, who is with Kurt. Watch the hook. There it is.
A guy that usually ends up at the top of the leaderboard right there, falling just a little bit short, but still a pretty good pull. Tell me about the track.
For the amount of rain we had here the last 2 days, just absolutely incredible. Just absolutely great that we could get it in today. The run felt great. Apparently we just didn't have enough gear in today. I mean, RPMs, everything felt good. Felt like it was digging in okay, but apparently we're just still a little bit shy today. So, oh well. At least we got to pull and blow some smoke today, so that's awesome.
They like to blow that smoke. That's what it's all about with a big diesel as Kent Crowder winds his turbo up in his 96 Dodge.
The Indiana base puller is out and pulling. He's throwing the dirt. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay up on top long enough to get to the finish line, or, well, at least 342 feet.
No, about 20 feet shy there. But a good pull, and the crowd roars their approval. We'll take a break as the sun begins to set. More diesel super stocks when we return to Terre Haute, Indiana.
Motor Mania is brought to you by Scheid Diesel. Before you decide, try Scheid. By Moroso. Race-proven Moroso. And O'Reilly Auto Parts, home of the professional parts people. Welcome back to Motor Mania and the Scheid Diesel Extravaganza. And with me is Dan Scheid. And Dan, this is a big weekend right here. I've never seen so many diesel trucks in one place in my entire life, and I've been around the country a couple times. Why do an event like this?
Well, we first got started because of the initial interest in diesel pickup trucks and the performance of the diesel pickup trucks, and in an effort to try to grow that marketplace, we wanted to go ahead and try to put a show together to where that people could come out and utilize their trucks in the very best way that they possibly could and really show the horsepower and have a good time doing it.
Tell me a little bit about Scheid Diesel. You guys end up on pulling vehicles and diesel vehicles. Are you just a high-performance shop?
No, we work on stock engines as well. We do a lot of agriculture type work, and we're very heavy into the performance side of it as well. So, but even if your street truck, your factory truck has a problem, we also do repair work and offer services for that as well.
Now, you guys have been in business for 25 plus years, and I know that in the last, maybe 8 to 10 years, the diesel market has really exploded. There's an awful lot of performance made, everything from air intakes to chips. What are some of the things that you think have kind of shaped the diesel market?
Well, at this time, it's the performance chips that can be added on to the engines, and whenever you can pay $500 for a chip, and you can add 100 horsepower. That's the horsepower that you can feel in the seat of your pants. It's an exciting time for the diesel market.
Yeah, you know, look at drag racing right now. I mean, we're looking at dragsters that are diesel powered.
Yeah, we've got one ourselves, and so right now it holds the world record at 183 mile an hour and a 755 and a quarter mile. So we're excited about that, and we hope to grow on that target and hit 200 mile an hour before too long.
You know what? Congratulations on a great event and all the great things that you're doing in the diesel world.
Good to have you here. Enjoyed it. Thank you.
200 mile an hour with a 6-cylinder diesel. Are you kidding me? Final puller coming up, Robert Miller. Let it roll, baby.
And earlier we saw Faith Miller, the Miller team from Yadkinville, North Carolina. This time a lot of smoke, but it does not look like he's going to get anywhere close to the leaderboard.
306 feet. So congratulations will go out to Terry Martin, who is our winner at 342 feet. Here's the way the top 7 finished. Now they had some other categories here this weekend, including the work stock. Here's a look at the winning pull by Blair Bayer, his 98 Dodge out of Kentucky at 346 feet.
These are the daily driver, full body truck, little bit of ballast, single turbo. You see them working all the time.
Here's the street stock winner. This is Tony Burkhardt from Harbor Beach, Michigan.
And the street stock, streetable machines, hanging weight, single turbos, and some good numbers in that category. Blair was your winner.
So the work stock results you see on the screen right there, from the winner all the way down to 7th place at 326 feet. Pretty close competition. And the street stock, our congratulations to Tony Burkhardt at 357 feet. 7th place Scott Apes, 346 again. Very competitive. If you'd like more information on products or information given in today's show, check out one of these websites. Next week, we'll have the IMCA Modifieds from Boone Speedway in Boone, Iowa. Until then, I'm Ted Jones for Rick Carlson and Doc Riley. So long, everyone, from Terre Haute, Indiana.